Good evening from Portugal. So I'm doing this reading in the evening rather than in the morning. So I didn't get a chance to do it in the morning. So I think I'm going to start to call these daily reflections instead of morning reflections, because I quite often don't get a chance to upload it until the evening anyway, because it takes a while to render the video and all that kind of thing. Anyway, this is the 4th of March 2026 and I'm in Lisbon. It's beautiful here. You can smell the flowers. Early in the morning I go out and I practice Qigong, and the birds are singing as the sun is rising in this beautiful little park that I am practicing in. So it's really quite a wonderful start of the day. Anyway, let's look at the energies that we have around us today. You can take it either way you want, if you want to have it for the evening, or maybe this is for tomorrow. Anyway, we're starting by rooting down into the surface below, whether you're sitting, lying down, or walking, okay? And as you breathe in to the stomach, and the stomach expands. And as you breathe out, the stomach contracts. And for each breath in, the spine rises towards the sky. Crown point connecting to this universe above you. And as you breathe out, you sink down into the surface below you. Relaxing, feeling heavy, although the spine continues rising towards the sky. We're not collapsing here. With each breath in, stomach expands, spine rises towards the sky. And as you breathe out, it contracts and become heavier and heavier, connecting to Mother Earth below. So now we're going to take 3 cleansing breaths, and we're going to release old energies and then bring us into the present moment. So we start by breathing out completely, emptying our lungs. Stale chi, stale thoughts, anything stale. And then breathe in through the nose into the stomach, filling the lungs all the way to the top. And then breathe out, through up in all through your lips. One more breath in through the nose. And out through up in all through the lips. Releasing. And then one last breath in through the nose, breathing in the present moment. And releasing the past. So, how are the energies around us, and how do we best navigate them in order to have the most smooth day ahead, or night, smooth time ahead, okay? So we start with Inagua, so heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, wood, mountain, lake, metal. So, got a mountain, within, stillness, mountain, stillness, again, and then how are the energies around us, and how do we best navigate them in order to have the most smooth way forward and most joyous way forward. Heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, wood, mountain, lake. So we've got lake above. And Dewey. And that's a calm center, calm solid center, radiating joy from within, sharing with the world. And then let's find the changing line. So what is changing and what is the most, whereabouts in this hexagram are we? But we got joy over stillness. Joy over stillness. Initial 6, second 6, third 9, fourth 9, fifth 9, top 6. Which means we have got, again, stillness, Gyan above, which is heaven and initiating. And let's have a look at the advanced quad, or the hidden, what's hidden, what is feeding this main energy here. So we've got yin, yang, yang, zun, and then we've got yang, 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 Qian, Qian, Sun. So it's gentle movement and initiating above. So we still got this initiating power. So we've got this gentle within. So gentle movement is helping us initiate what we need to do above. So that is feeding into this. We have got this stillness within. And then so that helps us cultivate this solid center, and then so we can radiate joy outwards. And then from here we are moving into this stillness, still keeping this stillness, but the initiating power here. So we are moving forward in our creative cycle. So let's have a look at what the book is saying here. So we've got Dui, lake, over, mountain. Mountain. So that's 31. That's the main energy today. And then we got Qian, over mountain, which is 33. And then we have Qian over Zun, which is 44. I think these feels like they are quite new to this year. Actually, all of them. And bringing to, let's see what the underlying is. Encountering that one we know, actually. Encountering. So encountering, which is metal. Metal. This pen is not very good. So and then let's have a look. 31, which is the main energy, which is the first hexagram in the lower canon. And the lower canon is associated with humankind and everything on earth, everything manifested, I'd say. And the upper canon was more heavenly. It's before anything is created on earth, really. So 31, mutual influence. And it's Xian. This is definitely one we had before as well. So, but metal, a lot of metal energy. And also lake here is metal. So metal is cutting through the illusions and the cutting away, cutting through the illusions, cutting through the obscurations to see clearly, right? And then cutting through and leaving behind really looking at giving us clarity. So let's have a look at 33, which is retreat, which we are moving into. Retreat. Which is, let's have a look at that. Retreat. Metal, so it's all metal. All metal energies. So, like I say, it's about cutting through the illusions, cutting away the illusions, making sure we are seeing clearly, cutting away what no longer serves. Metal element is also associated with the lungs. So when we've got like a clear breath, we can see clearly. And the breath brings us, it's our gateway to the parasympathetic nervous system. Is if we're stressed out or anything, we can breathe in and out into the stomach like we do in the beginning. And then we are allowing us to go back into a more peaceful state, okay? And this is what Dewey is speaking about. Lake here is speaking about cultivating this inner strong center. So when we are self-assured and when we are confident, and we don't need anything from outside in order to feel good, right? We have this strong center, we are very centered, then we can radiate that joy outward to the world. And this inner stillness as well, which assures that we are not getting affected by everything that is going on around us. It's so easy to be drawn into drama, but when we have this strong, still center, then and we can maintain in that, although all kind of stuff is going on around us. Well, then we've managed to achieve something really great because that's very difficult, not being drawn into all the things that are happening. This does not mean that we shouldn't be involved, right? But it means that we shouldn't get affected by the emotions and about all the things that are going through us. Because when we are being affected, then we are not being able to see clearly. We just act, right? React without actually having this stillness where we can look at the situation and then plan out the best way forward in order to have the best possible way forward, okay? So let's have a look at 31, mutual influence. So here we go. So it's the first one in the lower canon. So after heaven and earth have come into existence, so now everything is created in the upper canon. There are myriad beings. After myriad beings have come into existence, there are male and female. After male and female are distinguished, there comes a relationship of husband and wife. After husband and wife have united together, there arrive father and son. After there are father and son, there's some ruler and minister. After there are ruler and minister, then come high and low. After high and low exist, the etiquette can be appropriately practiced. This is speaking about the opposite, right? The two sides of a coin. They cannot, like yin and yang. Yin does not exist without yang. So it's not actually yin and yang, it's yin yang. Because they are one. It's just different sides of this. So you can't have happy without there being sadness, okay? There's always has to be something to compare it to. So this hexagram speaks about in any relationship, there should be mutual influence. Like if you friendship or a business or a love relationship or any type of relationship, right? There should be giving and taking. And like there cannot be, you cannot keep on giving and giving and then without receiving back because you deplete yourself, okay? So there needs to be like a mutual influence, needs to be respect for each other. And this is the Tao of humanity, or this is the yin and yang, okay? Mutual influence. So let's have a read about let's read the decision. Mutual influence, prosperous and smooth, favorable to be steadfast and upright, to take a maiden as a wife, good fortune. Xian, mutual influence. The gentle is above, the firm below. The love of the two induces and corresponds. A union is formed, keeping still and joyful. The man, so this is keeping still, right mountain, and joyful above his lake. The man subordinates himself to the woman. For this reason there is prosperity and smoothness. In being steadfast and upright, taking a maiden as a wife brings good fortune. Heaven and earth influence each other. Then all things take shape and come into being. The holy sage influences the hearts of people. Then the world attains peace and harmony. Contemplating their mutual influence, we can see the nature of heaven and earth and all beings. And then lake on mountain, an image of mutual influence. In correspondence with this, the superior person opens his heart and mind to accept people without prejudice. This is about acceptance, and allowing other to speak their mind as well, and to be part of the community or be part of a conversation. Is about giving and taking. So maybe today you will be in situations where you find yourself maybe talking too much or not giving space to other people. Then you should take a step back and then listen to others, okay, and see what they might have to say. Sometimes it feels like we know everything. Like if you are a senior, like in a position we got like many years of experience, and then quite often the juniors, that somebody who's more junior are not being listened to, right? But they can have so many things to say. So this is about not having any prejudice against anyone. It's about allowing everyone to be part of this. And if we do that, then we can learn so much, and our way forward it will be so smooth and joyful, okay? So let's have a look. The strongest energy, which is the the top 9. Mutual influence, one on one's jaw, cheek and tongue. Mutual influence on one's jaws, cheek and tongue. The open mouth makes empty promises. Okay, let's have a look more deeply. The yielding line at the top is a yin element at the yin place at the end of the gua. At the same time, it is at the top of the upper gua lake, representing a mouth. Inside the mouth is the tongue. The line denotes that one at this place is fond of having sweet words and honeyed phrases. If one merely opens one's mouth and makes empty promises, there is no way to achieve mutual influence. Okay, so the sincerity is required, okay? So when we are letting other people speak, or we're giving space for others, is because we want to give them that space. It shouldn't just be empty words or something we're pretending to be kind, or pretending that, you know, I'm doing this to be good to that person. It is really to open up for a communication. And it should come from the heart, and then really knowing that you can learn a lot from other people. Okay, sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but if we listen carefully, we can learn from everyone. Okay, everyone has got something to teach us, everyone that we meet. So let's see what's happening in the retreat. So from here, mutual influence alternates to retreat. I think if we cannot, this is a good time to move into retreat. So if we cannot speak kindly or sincerely, maybe we should just take a few steps back and then go into meditation and silence. And actually to retreat is to also retreat backwards and allowing other people to step forward. This is wonderful, like especially if you are a leader, right? Allowing the subordinates to step out and take place and listen to their advice and to all the guidance as well that comes from them, which will help you grow, and it will also bring peace to you, because it's quite often as a leader or in that position we run around and we do too many things and we take on too many burdens, and we want to be there and sort of control every little bit. But if we can just let go, and then allowing the people that are working for us to actually do their thing, there's a lot of beautiful things that can happen. Will also bring this stillness to yourself as well, because you're not being overworked, feeling like having to grasp and being controlling everything. Just when we can let go, there's beautiful things can happen. It doesn't mean, letting go doesn't mean that we're just throwing everything away and just allowing everything to collapse around us. We can have it within a structure, but allowing people to be free and assert their influence, and then influence, what's going on and what you are creating together. That will allow some other thoughts and some other ideas to come in, and you can create something really beautiful. Okay. So done is to hide, to withdraw, to retreat. Things cannot abide long in the same place. Thus, after long-lasting withdrawal and retreat follows. So speaking about this, really step back and allow the people that are working for you to take place, right? Retreat, prosperous and smooth, the little favourable to be steadfast and upright. Retreat, prosperous and smooth. Prosperity and smoothness lies in retreat. The firm is at the right place and properly corresponds. So this one corresponds to the yin and the yang. It accords with the time, the little, favourable to be steadfast and upright. It is advancing and growing. So speaking about this, the yin is growing. So this one has got 4 yang lines and 2 yin lines, but the little here are growing upwards. Which is allowing the leader to take back and retreat. Great indeed is the significance of retreat at the proper time. So when the time is right, allow the people around you to grow, right? So mountain over heaven, an image of retreat in correspondence with this. The superior person keeps inferior persons at a distance with dignity but without ill will. Okay, it's also talking about you can setting boundaries as well, right? You can have clear boundaries, but you do it with dignity but without ill will. So if you've got someone, so you can retreat away from something as well, right? Away from something that could be toxic. So if you've got a situation or a person around you that is toxic and it's not a good person, then this is speaking about setting clear boundaries. But setting boundaries can be just energetically, or they're very strong, those actually, where we just take a stance, where we're not just saying something like, oh, I don't want you in my life. We're not being nasty. And we're not doing this with ill will. We're just doing this to protect ourselves, right? So we can retreat to open up the space for the creative people around us to create, and allowing them to grow. But also we can have strong boundaries towards what it no longer serves, and something that might be toxic and actually doesn't bring any good energy into this group, right, of people. And then encountering metal, which is the energy that is feeding all this, right? So this is what's the initiating actually. It's like what this is the underlying energy that's actually feeding this energy here. It's the initiation, and this is encountering. So this is about so encountering actually. So here we have just 1 yin line and then 5 yang lines. So we have actually done a lot of work. We've gone through a lot over the last few months, or maybe the last year or so. They've gone through a lot, and we've grown an awful lot. And there's been quite a bit of toxicity and difficult times, some really difficult times. And there is still, although we have actually put clear boundaries, towards this and actually drawn a line in the sand and saying here but no further, right? No closer. And we've done this energetically more so than actually speaking it, right? We're just being very strong. We've cultivated this stillness, the stillness and the strength of the mountain. And then we've got this inner solidity and the confidence from within where we can radiate joy, but also radiate boundaries where needed, okay? But there are still some energies around us, so they are still there, the toxicity, so we should actually not rest entirely. We need to sort of quench that. I think quench is that word. We need to stop that, knowing that it's still there, so we cannot just relax entirely. Doesn't mean we're going to run around and stress about things, not at all, but just the awareness that there's actually still some toxicity and some not good energies around us. Just remain vigilant about that and knowing that we need to handle that, and often it is best just to handle it with clear boundaries. Don't get into arguments, do not get into don't get into arguments. This is not about speaking boundaries. This is about retreating backwards and keeping these clear boundaries, but at the same time allowing, right, and allowing this mutual influence, like the good energies that you've got around you, the people you are working together with, that you are creating something together with, allowing them to step up and actually allowing them to shine, right? It's the advice for today's from today's I Ching reading. So I think I'm going to take this with me in tomorrow, and I have sensed these energies all day today, so it's very clear. Anyway, I hope this reading was of benefit to you, and I am wishing you a beautiful day ahead.